Welcome to the Forever Better Academy podcast, where you will be given the principles, tools, and techniques to reach the next stage on your journey of self-mastery. Who could you become? I'm your host, Wade Vincent. If you could live your very best life, what would it look like? My name is Wade Vincent, and you are here with me again on another episode of the Forever Better Academy podcast. Now, this is New Year's Eve, right? The time where everyone gets their resolutions in place and they plan for what they're going to do in the following year, right? And absolutely, those things are critical, they're crucial, they're vital, they're so important that you must plan ahead and be forward thinking. And if you don't set the course, you ultimately will never reach your destination. Now, we all look at these amazing fantasy lives online, the rich and the famous, and dreaming of living a life of the finer things and luxury, and there's so much obsession with celebrity, right? Like you can look at virtually any big Instagram page and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, right? The thing, right, with this is it's so important to truly understand you're only seeing a glimpse, right? You're only seeing a glimpse. And if you, like I imagine any other one of us, we all want to live the life of our dreams, right? No matter what that may be. For you, it may be to, have a beautiful spouse and a couple of kids, a white picket fence. For some of you, it might not be family at all. It might be the freedom to work as a digital nomad, a career that you're in control of the direction of your life, or you can travel all around the world. Or for some of you, it might just be a warm meal on the table and a roof over your head, right? Whatever it may be, the important thing as we head into this new year 2022 is that we structure out and plan it so we can live our best lives, right? So we feel like there's always some what would you call it? Like a success marker that we all have this thing, like society kind of pushes upon us, where we feel like there's this obligation to live up to a certain standard that justifies or validates our success, right? Now, we don't need to live up to other people's measures, right? Ultimately, the only person that you're in competition with is yourself. So you should always approach it, and not just a New Year's thing, right? This is a if you want to get very granular, this is a daily thing, right? Am I better today than I was yesterday? Right? And if we're going to talk about New Year's, am I going to be, what can I do? How do I be better next year than I was last year? Right? How do I live my best life? Now, we often don't believe that we have enough within us to fulfill our dreams, or our desire, or to discover our purpose, right? So we very much look for validation as a society, as a species, right? We look for this validation outside of ourselves, right? Constantly looking for the large bank account. That's it. That'll make me happy, right? Once I have a beautiful wife or a handsome husband, yeah, that'll make me happy, right? Oh, no. What about a nice car? That'll do it. That's the thing. Once I have that, I'm sure of it. When I get it, I'll be happy, right? Oh, once I hit $1 million, then I'll be happy because I can relax. And it's a self-perpetuating trap, right? We don't need to look outside for all these different factors. No, there will always be things, material objects, or things, experiences perhaps outside of us that are fun. They're great. They serve their purpose. They're enjoyable, but they're not. They won't provide you that long-lasting, fulfilling sense of satisfaction and purpose and joy and balance in your life, right? So, no, I know myself. Like when I bought a nice car, I love driving it. It's wonderful. It doesn't. I'm happy when I drive it. I'm happy that I was able to provide a safe and luxurious car with great safety features and comfort and reliability. But it doesn't define my life. It's not me living my best life, right? It's an element. It's only a portion, right? It's outside stuff that the the external, right? This is just an object. It's not the center of my best life, right? Now, the hardest part, the most challenging component in all of this is ultimately that we really have to figure this out on our own, right? It's something that it took me a little while to sort of face this, especially as I went on my journey, understanding that it's no matter how much you wish or desire for someone to help you with this and determining, one, what your best life is, and two, what needs to be done to achieve it, and three, ultimately achieving it and living it, it's all on you. And the trade-off is ultimately, yes, it's difficult. Yes, it's overwhelming or daunting. Sometimes it's scary because you've only got yourself to rely on. But also the beauty in that is that it's no one can take it from you, right? No one can determine what the best life is for you. Only you. So when you have this freedom as like to sort of quote, it's like a silly the comic book thing, with Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. It is a huge responsibility because it's the power to create the life you want, right? You can have any life you choose. That's big, right? That's no small thing, right? So figuring that out on our own, right, is a crucial element. And when you take ownership and determine and understand that you are the person who determines and gets to ultimately work towards, which is where the true joy is. Like, mark my words, the real joy is the journey, right? In getting there, everything you go through that shapes you and makes you who you are, and the experiences that you must go through to get to the end goal. That's the real gold, right? That's the real wonder in it. The life you're living to get there. It's not sit back with my feet up and I've got it all. It's everything you went through, the things you'll truly appreciate more than getting that final outcome, right? And that harks back to the outcome is the external almost, and the journey is really the internal piece, because it's unique to you. It's your own experience that you went through that no one else has gone through. Everyone's journey is different, right? And you can have any life you wish, right? This is something that sometimes it's hard to grasp that or believe that, right? You can have any life that you wish. You don't need to feel like there's a restriction on the kind of life you want, right? Ultimately, as long as you are prepared to earn it, you can have it, right? Success is an individual target, right? As I said at the beginning, right? Like, let's say, and it's a moving target, which is an important consideration, right? Like for me, I remember wanting to hit six figures income, right? And sometimes that's another point, right? It's a good thing to set your targets in a way that they're sort of like micro steps, right? Like it's very important to set the big goal, right? The huge, overreaching, challenging, hard goal that's going to push you to get to that point, right? That's absolutely vital that you set that big goal. But you have to set the little ones that are those milestones, stepping stones to that point, and ultimately ensure you celebrate those moments, right? When you have those little moments, and then you realign, and the course expands, shall we say, right? Your capability, the direction, the opportunities, they grow and expand and evolve as you do. So let's say, right, the first moment for me was get six figures, right? And when you hit it, it's a wonderful thing, and then you feel like almost like this level, like you've proven it to yourself, and you understand, okay, cool, now I get it. I know how to do that. How do I apply those similar traits, those lessons, and the experiences and the tools that I've used to get me to that point? How do I level them up and get me to the next point? So let's say maybe it's $500,000 or $1 million or 10 million, 100 million, a billion, whatever it may be. I'm just using income as an example, but let's say it could be I always sort of go back to the athletic references because I love sport, and I love exercise and working out, and it's been a big part of my life and the Australian culture, right? So to take something that's very, very Australian in terms of sport is swimming, right? So maybe it's just to shave a tenth of a second off your personal best, right? And then doing the work to do that, it's living your best life. Maybe it's a whole second off your time, right? Just all those little things are the stepping stones. You have to celebrate. You have to plan them and celebrate those victories along the way, because it reaffirms that positive momentum and that energy, because you're building a skill set, right? Living your best life is not a fantasy or a might be nice or something that would be lovely if I could figure it out. It's a skill set. The ability to plan, to decide, to determine, plan how to get to that goal, that end point, and to take action. Those are habits and traits that you're building, right? All of these little things that you may not realize are real skill sets, genuine skill sets that are often overlooked, and people don't truly value them or encourage the learnings of these, especially in schools. I make a big point with my sons. My wife and I, we try to encourage them to celebrate those small wins, make those choices, build their plans, and test themselves, challenge themselves, push outside of that comfort zone, right? You have to earn it, right? As I said, you can have any life you wish as long as you're prepared to earn it, right? Now, you must determine what your best life looks like, right? That's ultimately ground zero, step one. How can you possibly hope to live your best life if you don't know what it looks like, right? I know it almost sounds ridiculous when I say it out loud. What does your best life look like? This year, don't just sort of, okay, well, it depends on what you want, right? But like, it's very easy to default to the usual. Okay, I want to lose 10 kilos. I want to get fit. What does that mean? How? Why? Why do you want to do those things? How are you going to do those things? By when? Right? You have to get granular, dive in, put that commitment, that time. If your best life isn't worth the time and effort of you to sit down in this coming into this new year, right? And any time of the year, this is just one opportunity to do this, but you can do this any day of your life. If it is not worth you sitting down and putting the effort in to determine and build your life, you'll never get it. You don't really value it. You don't appreciate your life to the fullest extent, right? I know that might sound harsh and that's very confronting, but it's important to really own that, because I know I didn't. I have spent many, many years in my life having big goals and these great ambitions, and I'm excellent at determining what the outcome is. And it's taken me a long time to learn how to reverse engineer and plan those steps and take action. Biggest element is action, right? 10% decision, 10% is the little element up the top where I want to be. 90% of that is work, action, making movement, doing something about it, right? If you are genuinely serious about your best life, celebrate New Year's, absolutely. But getting the things you want in life requires sacrifice. Don't go out drinking. Don't go out drinking tonight and celebrate and go get drunk and write yourself off and start the new year with a hangover. That's ludicrous, right? Why? You started with this false start right off the blocks. Like, don't go out. Sit down. Grab your laptop. If you're old school, grab pen and paper. Put down your ideas, your thoughts. Take this time to work on yourself, to determine what your future is going to be. Earn it, build it, create it, right? Anything you want can be yours. Take that time, structure it out. What am I going to do this year? How am I going to get there? What are the actions I need to take to get there? And when I get there, when will I get there? By what date? Put a date on it. Hold yourself accountable. That's a massive one, right? You've got to take that. Hold yourself accountable. A great way to do this is put pressure on yourself. And I know this works for me is when I announce something big that I'm going to do. Because we are driven by we're more impacted by the fear of loss than we are by the anticipation of gain. Right? It's nice to anticipate making $1 million, but we're more likely to push towards it if we announce to, imagine if you do this right now, right? Like if you're going to announce your goals on social media or to your family, make a big song and dance about it. Tell them, right? If you tell your family, I am going to make $1 million by October 25th this year, you will feel more urgency because of the fear of losing face and being viewed in a negative manner by the people that you've explained or proclaimed to what you're going to achieve, right? That drives me like crazy. I don't want to look like a fool. I don't want to look like an idiot. I'm capable. I can do this. I know I can. So when you announce that, it's one is you're holding yourself accountable, and two, you've got other people that are egging you on, and just the thought of how they're going to respond, use that in a positive light, right? You don't let people's opinions of you determine who you are and what you're going to do, but the feeling that comes from anticipating the potential failure in the eyes of others is a very powerful tool that you can utilize, most certainly. All right? I use this on a regular basis, right? All the time. I find it super valuable, and I'm sure you will too, because that's kind of how we're wired. As I said, like they've done studies and little games and things like where they've proven the psych in this, where if you run a little, like you try this with your friends for a bit of fun, right? If you run a competition, like a little bet with them, where if a good one is use here, I want you guys to take this, right? Use this to help motivate you this year. Choose one of your goals that, let's say, you and your circle of friends can all agree upon to achieve as an outcome this year is one of your resolutions, right? Let's keep it easy. Let's say an easy one, right, is say you guys are looking to get in shape, right? And you all in your group commit to losing 10 kilos each. Make a bet with them, right? Instead of the people that lose 10 kilos will win $100 off everyone else, make it the other way around. The people that don't lose the 10 kilos have to pay the others in the group $100. They have to take their own money, lose their own money. And you watch the difference and the motivation that group you guys would experience, because the fear of loss is a greater motivator than the anticipation of gain. Right? It's something simple, like it's there's a small amount, right? Like, oh, $100. If I don't win it, I don't win it, right? I'm no worse off, right? But if I don't achieve my goal, I'm also going to be down on money. I'm going to be $100 worse off, right? Very, very simple little trick, but it's immensely powerful because you're factoring in motivations and drivers that hit those trigger points for us, and you use them to your advantage, right? Very powerful tool. So take that away, use that, shape your own sort of structure and idea around that, and put it in the comments. Let me know. Try some of those things out and share them with me. I want to see what tools are valuable to you, because this is all about us figuring these things out and sharing them together, right? Like, these are super valuable little tools and techniques and principles that can have immense impact, especially as I say, if you're building your best life this year, right? So one of the key things too that I want to touch on is, as I said, we can't look to the external factors, right? We can't look to the external. We have to look internally to find and determine and live our best lives. It's within us, right? The capability, the power, everything we need resides within us. It's not something external, and that's why you find people who go to extremes to reach. It might drive you for a while, right? Like the anticipation of getting your Lamborghini, or the anticipation of buying your first home, or the anticipation of being debt free, right? They serve you for a little while, but they're not fulfilling because they're not a part of you. They're external from you. They don't top you up. They don't nourish you because they're not part of who you are, right? So believing that outside factors will stop you from living your best life is also a fallacy, right? Because you're who determines your best life. You decide it, you create it, you build it, you earn it, you revel in it, you enjoy it, it's yours, right? So who am I to think that something outside of me is a factor for me not achieving my success? It's in here, right? It's inside. Nothing else is going to stop me. Outside factors may present obstacles or challenges or problems, which I like to reframe in the sense of opportunities, right? Outside factors are testing you. They're seeing how serious you are about your proclamation of the best life. Scream it out to the universe. This is what I'm going to achieve. This is what I desire. This is why I desire it. This is when I desire it by. How serious are you? Right? If you're obsessed with your goal and your dreams and doing everything in your power to live your best life, is anything going to stop you outside of yourself? Short of death? Right? You lose some money on a business venture. You paid for a valuable lesson. You learned something. You can make more money. You can start another business. You have the skills. You've gained. Everything is a lesson. Everything is learning. Everything is a gain, an opportunity for you to make something of it. Right? And to think that you're going to, or I am going to get to our best life that we can live without some challenges is ludicrous, right? Of course. It's worth more when you get there because of the struggles and the hardships and the challenges you've gone through and overcome to reach your best life. It's worth more. It means more. You've earned it, right? That's what it is. When you do that work and you face those things, that those insurmountable challenges and tasks that you believe you couldn't possibly overcome, and you do, there's power in that. There's wonder in that. There's capability that you experience, that you build upon and grow with and become the best person you can become, right? Who could you become? That's why I say this every time. That's what it's about. Doesn't matter if you fall over. It doesn't matter if you fail. And if you don't achieve it this year, you can do it again next year. But just commit and do the work and earn it. You deserve your best life. All of us do. Every single one of us. That's why we're here. Make the most of it. It's a beautiful thing, right? You can pull it apart and look at all why. You can ask the questions. This is the thing that I've had these discussions with friends and acquaintances over time. You know, the whole do I have free will or do I not have free will? Is everything predetermined and predestined, or is it like a blank page for me to write my story? What do you believe it to be? What do you want it to be? It's your choice, right? You decide. You live your life. It's yours to determine. If I know the principles and my morals and my beliefs and what I feel and how I navigate my experience, it's on you. You can do anything you choose. You can, I promise you. No matter how hard or difficult you think it is, or how unique your situation is, I guarantee someone's done it before in the very, 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 very similar, if not identical, because we all have unique experiences, but there's enough overlap with other people in the world that there's someone you can look to who's done what you want to do that can give you some guidance, or at least part of it, right? And with a little bit of luck on your side and some hard work and commitment, you will most certainly live your best life. I promise you, you will. And then it just keeps getting better. This is how I approach my life every day. And I'm blessed. I'm so thankful for every moment. Just doing these videos and the podcast, for you guys is nourishing. The things that have helped impact and change my life and help me find joy and wonder in every day. I want to give that to everyone in the world. I want everyone that I can share that, scream that from the mountaintop. And if one person watches this and it impacts and changes their life forever, then it's been worth it. Every moment of it is worth it, right? And you start to realize when you do this, the true potential you have to create whatever you wish for yourself. I promise you, this is a power that we all possess. Doesn't matter about your social status or your wealth, if you're rich and famous, or if you're, living in very challenging times and situations and in poverty. You have this power. I promise you, it's in you. The power to achieve. We just start in different places. All right, who could you become? All right, guys, make the most of your New Year's. All right, make those little sacrifices. Don't go out and write yourself off and go get drunk and buzzed. Don't do that. If you want your best life, put the work in, earn it, and you'll feel so thankful for the moments that you dedicated to building that life that you desire. All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. This is Wade Vincent signing off for the last time for 2021, and we'll catch you again in 2022 for bigger and better things. All right, guys, talk soon.